Style over substance. Attitude is everything. Live life on the edge. These are the only 3 rules that guide our future. A future inspired by the work of Hosan Gonzalez, bound by Mike Pondsmith's cyberpunk law. A dark future cast in a neon glow where corporations through nuclear fire have destroyed the known world. Save for a few mega metropolises, the tales you are about to witness are built around the heart of one such city. Robo City 16, where the machine rules through a mechanized iron fist. The promise of prosperity through logic and sedation has stagnated the progress of the people. However, what the logic of the machine will never conclude, but the will of a few may. Is it's time for change. It's time to rage. For good or ill, the chosen few are those you witness before me. The mortal code. Will they hasten synthetic rapture, lead us to biological prosperity, or something new entirely? Let's meet the members of the up-and-coming Mortal Code. Starting with my bottom right, your bottom left. Are you happy, Winslow? We'll start with you.
Winslow Burden, Maximus Dominus, a solo. I wear a tan jumpsuit with a tan mask, a whole bunch of body armor, as well as carrying around an assault rifle, and possibly using a knife to decapitate and or stab my enemies.
Impressive. Oh, it's my turn. Yes, impressive, Winslow. Yes, I am Remy. I play Astraea Magnetar. I am a nomad extraordinaire. I drive a fancy car. Have some nice, cool clothes. Have some cybernetic enhancements, like just my arm and eyes. A few things here and there. Darker skinned female. Have some dreads. Yes. Next.
I'm Netra, and I am a netrunner/media. And I look like this, except I wear a headset at all times that shows an augmented reality overlay.
And
Sorry, I was distracted by all of their hand movements. And I am connected to the dark stream.
yes.
6 time is not even a charm
One
in this
day,
case.
you know, I always think it's the deep stream, and then I'm like, no, it's definitely not the deep stream. So then I go with the other one, which is the dark
Your
stream.
inclination to not trust yourself is
So it's the deep stream.
Yes, it is getting in the way here.
Connected to the deep stream.
The deep stream.
And if we break the 4th wall, the deep stream is actually you guys, the viewers. And occasionally I'll ask for things for you to help out with our session. Or if you want to add something to the session, drop a comment in our chat section and I'll relay it via post-it note to our DM.
It was rocky road last time because I have a headset on, so we'll see if we can't get a little bit better at
This
that.
time my notes will be much more clear.
But yes, essentially the deep stream is our connection to you guys, and narratively it is an encrypted backdoor streaming service similar to what we're on right now, and as well as Twitch and a few others. But in this world, the creative freedom is really cracked down upon. So you have to find other channels to express yourself and have people watch what you're doing. So, last but certainly not least.
My player name is Enzer. My character's name is Jay. He is inspired by the work of Hosan Gonzalez. One of his characters named 13th. In the comic that he's created, he looks a lot like what you see right now. A Casey Jones hockey mask, a red hat, blue hoodie, cyber arms and some kind of like vest unit that I imagine he uses to attach different things. You never get to see his face, and yeah, he's angry, hates the machine, and dangerous. My class is Street Scum, and my inspiration for my voice is Kung Fury. That's me.
All right. Now, without further ado, let me make sure that music
is playing.
is playing. Sometimes it takes a little bit. All right. It is. When last we left our punks of the Mortal Code, they had aided the Resistance in crushing the machine's execution party at the Wings of Liberty. With the high-priority Resistance captives saved from the clutches of death, our party made to retreat, but not before a deadly run-in with the Minister of Death. A death machine on two massive iron legs and a hulking body. Let's be honest, without the help of the Ronin Warriors gang and the demolition specialist of the Resistance, there may have been a lot more room in Astraea's faithful ride on the way back to their underground hideout, where these punks had a pained but welcomed night's rest. I notice the music is not playing anymore.
That's just for you.
No, it's not playing.
This is where we pick up. You all feel like crap this morning, but you've gone through stuff like this before. You'll be fine today so long as you play it safe to a certain degree. Considering your current condition, dried blood flaking off of your clothes, hiding bandaged and aching wounds underneath, you all are on the hunt for medical supplies. The last tip you had coming from the job board in Beggar's Reach about a delivery job where a driver was needed for medical supply transportation. The client is one RED-Vigor. Mortal Code, as you walk from your railcar abode and onto the repurposed underground station turned low-end market. What would you like to do?
Play a game of shotgun softball.
What?
Not taking it easy at all.
Oh yeah, it has to be open. Dang.
All right, I wrote down last time escort med supplies for RED-Vigor. So we had already talked to him. Are we now?
No, you guys haven't talked to him at all. You just you saw a collection of jobs and notices on the board. A few different people interested, but this was one that had just because you guys had been recently messed up by the Remnants of Dust encounter. You had been especially interested in finding expedited ways to heal your wounds and seam up, as two encounters in a row left three of you nearly dead. So it's just, yeah, it was something that you picked up in your mind in the background, and you do know that RED-Vigor actually is the name of the sort of the you know, as pharmacy as it can be down in the down in Beggar's Reach, where it's all, you know, super affordable, low grade, low end solutions for everything that exists up top. Also supplies some, you know, surgery services, and it's like the only doctor who knows enough about the cyber side and the sort of bio side in the area. You've passed by him before, but maybe not had too many encounters with him.
Gotcha. So I'm trying to find my notes because I knew I took notes on the stim puncher, but
What do you need to know? I actually took notes.
Battery low.
Oh.
I just got you.
trying to remember
Part
the
of the
stim
song.
puncher guy's name.
I have
Lucid.
Fine.
Lucid. Obviously, running that medical supply job, it's gonna be good. But you know, there's always room for some stims.
Why don't we do both?
Yeah. Maybe we could head by the stim puncher and then run some meds afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have enough health to. I mean, I feel very weak, so I don't know that I can actually test out some stims today. But if someone else is willing to, you know, offer up their body for experimental stims, by all means. I don't think I'd survive it.
That's okay. I'll take some stims in your stead.
Cool.
You guys want to head over there?
Well, you know, my lungs, they don't be working properly right now. I don't know if I could go.
Oh yeah, what are you wearing,
I could use some fresh air.
Winslow?
What am I wearing?
Yeah.
Basically a loincloth until my gear comes back to me.
You have that extra armor on. That's about it.
Like, someone went and got my gear, right?
I was saying I was gonna go get your gear, but then I think you said it was okay.
And we also had no idea where it was.
Yeah.
Your gear's gone.
No, I explained where my gear was. And
There were
No, I
all
don't
over
remember
there.
you guys
There's
going
no way
to get it. I
it's
do
still
remember you
there.
saying you wanted to, but it didn't. I guess this would be the day that you did,
Oh,
as
yeah,
in
we
last
never
night you guys
actually
just
left,
came
yeah.
back.
We never actually
So it's
left.
like morning now, achy.
I wasn't wearing anything crazy.
Yeah, you see somebody like, you know, a few feet ahead in the crowd wearing the exact same sort of RGB
No.
glowing fur.
A stab.
Got it at Walmart.
It looks familiar.
So,
Okay, so
Oh,
going to
yeah.
going.
You.
Are you going to see RED-Vigor or Lucid?
Lucid.
And then RED-Vigor.
Okay, got it. Winslow and Astraea, what are you guys up to?
I
Just
will
following them, or?
be staying behind at the cart, fixing up the traps. I am too worse of shape to actually. My battery is low.
While you stay behind, would you mind going into the garage and going to the speakers that look like this and just taking a random one and bringing it in here, please?
Are they blue?
Maybe bring like 3.
Are they blue?
They're orange.
The speakers that look like this, that's orange.
Green, right?
Yes, my man.
My man.
I trust you'll come back with something that will be entertaining, to say the least. Astraea, you are?
I thought I was driving, and then, but I guess not. I'll go get Windsor's things if I'm just going.
Okay, well, yeah, and your car is still parked like right, which is atypical because it's not super safe down there. It's still parked underground, right up next to your rail car.
Yeah.
So
Is it all
yeah.
done? Is it done being like redone and everything to like a best of my ability, I guess.
He was like changing the paint.
Yeah, just changing the color. Remember, I was like, shh, I'm just gonna change it up so it doesn't look the same as the car that drove off with all the bad guys in it.
yeah, I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to see which one that would be. I would say local expert, like intelligence local expert, to see like how effectively you can. Are you trying to clean it or just like make it blend
I did
in?
that last time.
Oh, man, I forgot about that. Well, sure. Let's just save time. You cleaned it. Easy peasy.
It was more than even clean, as in like.
Oh, it's kind of like the Grand Theft Auto thing where like you pull it into the garage, and like you pull it out of the garage and it comes out a different color almost, but it's the same car and you drive away.
And he loses the.
I lose the stars.
The stars.
Yeah. So here's what I'll tell you then. If it's that in depth, you would not have slept last night, and you would probably take some that's gonna be a hefty like multiple hour thing. So
it'll take multiple days to do that, I guess. I'll just do the first bit. Yesterday I get some sleep, wake up, do the rest of it, and then be on my way.
awesome. Okay, so you guys are going to Lucid as you walk through the sort of sprawl, the large open corridor of the underground market known as Beggar's Reach. You see on some of the more like one open, like heavily graffitied wall, just like a right turn. Let's just turn this off.
Graffiti wall. Got
Yeah,
it.
so there's a graffitied wall. Oh my goodness. Why are you not playing now? Hang tight while we settle this musical conundrum.
It's really weird. It shows that there's only
Will you
one person watching.
Messy?
But it... We're in it.
What are you looking at?
Go be your back straight.
No, we don't need to be. This will take 2 seconds.
Yeah.
No, that's.
We have to provide entertainment during this time.
We need snake jazz going.
That's snake jazz.
It's like that Twin Peaks.
You can't beat snake jazz. It's on another level of what real music is. You just can't be into snake jazz. You are about snake jazz.
I lied. Like you know when you
Just keep
like a
pairing.
prompt comes up and you go to press the prompt, but then it immediately changes to another option, and you're like, well, that's the exact not option that I want.
You just keep pairing.
That's the exact.
No, well, it's it's
Conundrum.
pairing to infinity right now. So
I could hack into the system if you want.
Yeah.
oh boy, could you?
Go ahead and roll.
And now, just for organization's sake, I'm gonna rename it.
I think we got time for that.
Done and done.
I'm hacking it.
Low
I'm
power.
in.
Battery is low.
She did it.
I'm into the
Netra,
speaker.
you've done it again.
I did this.
Rolled a natural 10.
Okay, yeah,
All
we're
on
good.
my own.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So graffiti wall. You're walking down. You're walking down the corridor of Beggar's Reach, and you see an open sort of hallway with a few different people relaxing on the side, sort of like shoulders up, one foot halfway down. Some old sort of homeless person. Well, most people are homeless these days in this world. Just like down, shivering on the bottom. And underneath his body, on top of like a newly sprayed art piece of graffiti, it says Mortal Code in it. Just like fresh, like some paint drips still coming down.
I'm gonna
Best
take a
recognized.
picture and then send it back to Winslow.
Nice. And it's all sort of like wrapped
would
up
you-
in this
what would
double
you call
helix.
The caption is, "We're famous.
We made the wall.
We made the wall."
We're on the look.
We're
Mom,
on the wall.
We're on the wall.
That's what this world's social media is called.
Maybe
The
you
wall.
should take a selfie
I'm taking a selfie.
next to it, Netra.
This is me taking a selfie.
How many people are watching right now?
Quality content.
One.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
It keeps on-
they-
It keeps on kicking me off for some reason. I'm not sure why. Like I'm watching, all of a sudden it's like off.
Let's hope it's not the
Maybe
same for
it's-
everybody watching.
Which Wi-Fi are you connected to? Maybe that's why I don't know.
I cannot tell actually. Google Wi-Fi.
That's unimportant right now, so we will continue. Whatever happens with your phone, that's totally okay. So you you find Lucid again in his sort of modest open shop with many different similar states of sort of like catatonic, just completely in states of ecstasy, laying back, turned just out, conked out, but this just serene look across their face as he's turned around, and you hear the sort of the centrifuge in his abdomen, in his entirely mechanized abdomen again. And yeah, what would you like to? What are you looking for?
He's completely out right now.
No, I said his back is turned towards you, but he's right in front of you.
No, sorry.
The people in the shop are out. It's like an opium den.
Oh, okay. Hey, Lucid. Thanks for that stuff. It really helped out. As you can see, though, I'm not looking too hot. None of us in our group, Mortal Code, we're looking pretty rough.
Name drop.
Normally, I'd challenge you to another bout, but yeah, I need something that will help us get fixed up real quick. We'll take whatever you got.
I mean, I only got more of your temporary adrenaline rushes. By the time it fades, you're gonna feel like death itself. You got a job coming up or something you need to be active for, I got you. But in terms of patching you up, that's another matter entirely.
Well,
Hold on. Did you end up using milky water?
no, but I think I got an idea of where we can use it.
That's alright, that's alright. At least, hopefully, some of my other concoctions helped you out.
Wait, did we give it to Jana?
No.
Gave a refresh to Jen and then
Refresh is milky water, right?
No, it's not.
Wait.
Milky Water was the slow people down one that shit he gave you 2 bullets for.
Right. Okay. And we didn't use that. No, okay, yeah. Yeah, no. Didn't use that. I forgot to ask.
We did use the reflex.
Oh yeah, we used reflex. What else? Pretty much everything else.
And you're alive to tell the tale, I see.
Barely.
I'll chalk that up to my good work.
His eyes sort of, his green, sort of like ember-like eyes sort of highlight even deeper green underneath his dark black shades.
Yeah. I think we'll be... I think we could use some more reflex. I'm trying to think of the other name of the one that...
Overdosed?
Oh.
Red eye?
Red Eye?
Yeah.
Keep those eyes.
Is that what you took, Max?
Yeah. I do the red eye.
Can you refresh my memory? What does Red Eye do again?
It's like cocaine.
Yeah, we're gonna need some of that.
It's like cocaine. It pretty much your dexterity. I'm sorry, your
Perception.
intelligence and reflex goes up. I believe. I don't have it in front of me because I have a super freaking long list of notes, and in VR it's a little bit hard to like have accurate.
For red eye, I put perception and concentration is double. Times 2.
Okay.
Overdose.
Perfect.
Strains
Yeah,
body,
good.
dex, and reflex.
Good. Yeah, I know overdose is the crazy one.
Did I take it? I don't even remember.
I don't think you took one, man.
He
Yeah.
didn't have
I'm
enough
gonna-
because it was the most expensive.
I think he was the only one who took reflex.
Yeah.
No, Rummy definitely...
I took one for driving.
Yeah, I thought I took.
No,
No,
yeah.
yeah. You took reflex. No, I didn't take red eye.
So,
Overdose
I
was
was
so
like-
expensive.
Yeah, no.
Astraea, are you with us right now? Or are you
It's
by
just
your
the
car?
pain.
I'm by my car, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Astraea, Winslow, you guys want any more drugs? Overdose, reflex?
Red eye.
Red Eye.
Pain reliever.
If I remember.
I'll take some drugs. This guy like behind you is hunched over, wearing like his really ripped shirt and like super white, dirty joggers, just like patches of hair. You often?
I think you've had enough.
No, I ain't never had enough. You got some? I need it. I'll do anything
You should
except for pay you. I can
go back to the
Whip,
90s. where
whip
you
your
belong.
cyber tech out.
So-
You know what I mean?
Cyber dick.
Cyber tech out.
Oh, right.
Sounded like you said cyber dick.
I said cyber tech.
Do you want more drugs or not?
I could use another.
I said yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna.
Actually, remind me how much.
Hell yeah!
How much the
I'm gonna pull out my machete.
Because you're like talking to the air right now.
I have my hand up, like this. Like implying I'm on the comms.
Good luck getting that through to this guy.
I'm gonna reach into my pocket and I'm gonna act as if there's something in my hand. And I'm gonna be like, you want this?
It's about time somebody with a heart walked these streets, yeah!
And then I'm gonna, like, toss it to the side a little bit.
Okay.
Go get it.
Do a cool plus persuasion, I guess, plus 1d20. Or 1d10.
Cool plus persuasion.
You just really like messing with people with that one, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Dogs, cats, people, and drugs.
Could you ask Lucid how
13.
much the overdose costs?
The overdose is 100.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll roll for him to see.
Any money for that? Nope. Actually, did we get paid from the underground or not?
He runs away. He like jumps into the crowd and scrambles, and you see him you see people move out, but he disappears as he's like crawling in between feet, trying to like, where'd you go, pretty? I'm not taking that now. And his insane rambling sort of disappear off into the distance. What was the question?
Did we get paid from the underground thing or no? Was that just a pro bono job?
I didn't know. It wasn't.
I think that was pro bono.
Like to get recognition or something like that? I'm not good at that.
It was
still
the
have no money then.
resistance, yeah.
Not pro bono is something completely different. So, you passing or what? I need to know.
Passing?
Like, do they
Fix me broken bones. Anything. Some pain.
You got anything to just stop pain?
I got something that'll numb your entire body. You want some bliss? That's what they're taking. Put you out. Many hours.
Isn't that what we...
Greatest dreams you'll ever have.
What you injected me with last time?
No. No siree. That was Milky Water, the experiment. You're all sorts of confused.
How much
You
is
better get
bliss?
healed up real soon, son.
I lost my notes. I don't know where the heck they went, and I can't read them anyway. Max, or Wizlor, do you want to get some bliss?
Yeah, take him, Bliss.
We'll take
I
one.
transfer him 200 credits.
Oh.
That'll be 300 credit. No, I'm just kidding. Bliss, that's my specialty. As you can see, that'll be in the low cost of 30 credits.
We'll make that 2 then. And how much is reflex?
Reflex is 50.
I'll take one of those too.
All right, 110 credits, and you got yourself a deal. Pleasure as always.
Thanks, Lucid. We gotta run though, so I just take him and go.
What was your names again?
Jay.
Jay.
This here's Netra.
I won't forget.
Mortal Code. We're part of the Mortal Code.
Why does that sound familiar?
Because we're famous. We made it on the wall. Did you see around the corner?
I don't leave my station normally. I'll figure it out. You be on your way.
Later.
All right. Off to RED-Vigor.
Yep.
RED-Vigor. Not located very far down this stretch. You just continue maybe like 30 more feet past many different stalls and individuals. And you come to a shop with like lots and lots of different barrels that sort of outline where the RED-Vigor works from like the rest of the masses, just to like keep everything sort of separate. And you see this smaller elderly man two huge sort of billows of gray curly hair coming off of the side with a bald top, and he's got cybernetic, like thick cybernetic eyes, but it's sort of built into this thick metal plate around his entire face. White and bloody scrubs on. You see his hands are outside of his eyes, like that portion of his face, and his hands. Those are the only things that are cyberized sort of about his entire body. And he sort of like has his hands behind his back, and he says,
How can I help you? What's your poison?
My name's Jay. We're looking for whoever the contact is for this, or we're looking for RED-Vigor.
You folks look familiar. RED-Vigor, that's me. That's my shop here.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you as well.
Here you need somebody to run meds.
I do, and actually, you wouldn't happen to be the Mortal Cold, would you?
Yep,
He's on to you, kill him.
that is us.
I saw you on the deep stream last night. That's good work. That's real good work.
Thanks.
You got your point of view was featured on HK's stream.
HK stream?
go ahead and roll a d10.
Just a straight D10?
Yep, it's a reputation check.
5.
You have heard of HK. You're sort of putting things together in your mind, and Jana mentioned a hack Kita was one of sort of like the Resistance resident hackers, and you've mentioned, or you've heard her almost as like a myth or a rumor in the past, as her name as a hacker and somebody who can get into various different systems, and somebody who's on the personal wanted list of the machine. You're wondering how she got your point of view, but yeah, she seemed to be streaming most everything that you guys did last night.
It's a good thing we were really impressive.
Yeah.
Well, then you saw our run-in with the Minister of Death. You probably should know then why we're here.
Feature of the show. Beautiful work. Yeah. Now I feel like I'm in good hands. So, I got a shipment that I need to be picked up. Or that I need picked up. See, not only do my own supplies need to be, resupplied, of course, but I need something special for my, daughter that's in those shipments. It's not gonna be a short journey, I'm afraid, but if you do everything right, it should be a piece of cake, I'm hoping.
Is this dangerous?
Well,
A lot of us are hurt right now.
is the nature of high-end medical equipment, especially coming from the place that it's coming from.
Can you fix us up a little bit, and then we could do a better job at making sure you get your shipment?
Go ahead and roll a cool plus persuasion plus 1d10.
16.
Yeah, well, I did tell you my supplies are dwindling, so that's awfully unfair of you to ask, but I need them enough to be accommodating here. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. And plus, if you bring me the shipment, you'll get your very own Vitalith.
What's a Vitalith?
A Vitalith is it's like a component that can be either integrated into different cybernetic or mechanical systems that can pretty much seam up and fabricate synthetic and organic material. So it effectively grafts new skin or material onto something, and it can be integrated into another device. It's a very, very high end, I would say.
That's pretty cool.
Well, sorry to hear about your daughter. Not sure what's wrong with her, but
She had a bit too much radiation exposure when she was a baby. We lived a few levels lower than we do now. Only by Kim picking me up a few years back were we ever able to make it out. Now that I don't work for them anymore, I count my blessings because of that. I gotta find it elsewhere. And, in this particular case, it happens to be the Zeus Medical Complex.
Which all you guys have heard of. It is across the across like the Rad stream river that bisects the city. In between like the outskirts and the thick of the city, it's maybe like a 2-hour drive away. With traffic and opposition if it happens. Smooth sailing, probably about an hour drive away. And it is the main medical complex for Robo City 16. Of course, prioritizing the robos and the more affluent characters of society. If he has a shipment there, it's probably not legal. That's being picked up. Yeah.
well, when we get to the Zeus Medical Complex, how do we find your shipment?
I've got a contact. Vernon Bronze. You'll get the name when you meet him. I'll give you his contact information.
Essentially just like
his comms channel?
Exactly. His Discord channel.
Gotcha.
Now I'll give you 2 skin grafts that I have of my already low supply. Should be able to fix you up for a bit, at least temporarily.
Thank you.
And I've got some friends in the automobile industry.
And he sort of like throws this canister your way. And it's like a spray paint can, except the top has this like extremely smooth cap on it. But it's not a cap. Like as soon as you sort of investigate the top, it's like many different squares start to sort of curl out and around, and a small multi-directional faucet opens up, and he says,
now you just spray your vehicle down with that, and it should give you the colors of the Zeus Medical Complex. It's not gonna make it past high scrutiny, mind you, but it should do the trick, especially if you have a good driver and put on a good act.
Is Vernon Bronze gonna be expecting us?
Did you say Vernon or Burnin?
Vernon.
Vernon will be expecting you. He will.
I can't hear very well in this.
Vernon. Huh?
Vernon Roach.
Was I the only one who heard?
No, I heard burning, and I wrote down burning.
I wrote
Burning
down
bronze.
Vernon Bronze. Is that correct?
That's why you're my favorite.
Yes! I knew
Right.
it.
Now and then now
I'm
not
gonna write
anymore.
that down.
The time has passed.
I'm
It's time for new favorites.
the favorite.
Are there any contact details? Or do we just reach out to him on the channel you gave us?
Just reach out to him as soon as you pull in.
Okay. Alright. Anything else?
No, that's about it. Just, there's a lot of important supplies there, and as I said, as you should know, it's pretty well sought after. You drive fine, you drive smooth, and, have a bit of luck, and, hopefully, we'll all come out on top here. You with a new Vitalith, and some creds, 1,000 will be yours, and me with new supplies for our humble community here. And treatment for my little daughter over there.
And he sort of like looks past you, and you see this little girl with blonde pigtails chasing this really dirty kid with a poorly fitting prosthetic arm, not that articulate, and just like running after him, squirting whatever's inside of it, just like chasing him as kids. And he goes,
God damn it, how'd she get that? Kids will be kids.
he just lets it go.
It's just like acid.
Yep. Acid.
Sorry.
All right. Well, I guess we'll reach out when we've got the supplies. Best be on our way.
I have faith in you all. If HK has faith enough to host your stream, then I say you guys are good people in my eyes. Speaking of which, maybe I'll tune in, see how it goes.
Appreciate the support. Sounds like we have a common goal.
So actually right now I would say your reputation went from 1 to 2.
Ooh, which means we gain 20 health.
Yeah.
It's weird how that's linked.
Yeah.
Future, huh?
Crazy.
I will say just from game magic, the mesh, sort of like the skin meshes that he gave you, the 2, will give you 15 temporary hit points. So it's like today you'll get these hit points, and then tomorrow as it'll just help you heal for this day.
Got it. All right. Thanks again for the skin grafts. I think they'll help a lot. But
Don't make me regret it.
we won't. All right. Leave it now. See you when we get back.
Best of luck to you.
We're gonna head out and then get on the comms.
Okay.
All right. We talked to RED-Vigor. Got some skin grafts for whoever needs them most. Winslow, it's probably you, and yeah, I don't know who else. But where should we meet up? Astraea, at your car.
Sure, you can meet up back here, I guess. Sure.
Is the car at the cart?
What?
Yeah, the car,
What?
Yeah, what have you just
The
said?
car at the cart?
the car is at the car, yes.
Gert.
Cars in
All
the
right,
car.
we're on our way.
Okay, so at this point, I would ask if you guys have anything that you want to do to prepare before you go. And this can just be like, if you think of something and you want to add it, like you can soup up the car. You do have something that I'd like to integrate is you do have a metal shop. So anything to do with metals, and given some successful rolls by Winslow, I would imagine you can add like reinforced rims, bumpers, spikes. Those are just suggestions. Literally, if you just want to go out and see if there's anybody selling certain components or anything like that, feel free. But we'll try and capture this through a series of rolls in fast action.
Can I get a medal that says favorite on it?
Yeah.
That time passed. That it's rusted and it actually fell off and kind of
Shattered
chemicals,
into a million
yeah,
pieces.
and melted and yeah. Flowers sprang from it, so that was nice.
Stupid.
I'll refresh it when I get back to the shop. I'll be heading back to the shop. Anybody need anything?
Could I get, like...
You coming with me?
Okay, I'm gonna grab
You
5,
driving me?
5,
I ain't
I'm
walking.
gonna grab like 5 heavy metal reinforced like metal plates.
Yeah, we welded on when we get to shop.
Yeah. Okay.
Jay, you need anything?
Yeah, I get an idea. I'd like a magnetic. I'd basically like to attach the shotgun and this machete to my back, without having to deal with a sheath or a sling. You got any magnetized metal strips or something? I don't know. You're the metal guy.
We got a few. I will check when we get back to the shop. I'll see what I can fix up for you.
I just want to be able to throw it on my back.
Yeah, I can see it in my
Forget
mind. My mind's eye. The third eye. You ever talk about, you look into your third eye? Jay, do you know your third eye?
Oh yeah. Looking at you right now with it. Say cheese.
Alright. Astraea, I'm gonna hop into Astraea's car. Like, alright. Let's pop over to metal.
You don't hop in. You walk out. You get back in normally now.
What? What do you mean? I don't hop the hood and fucking slide over. I like feebly stumble into your
No, you
vehicle.
get back into it coolly, all right?
I horribly barrel or dodge roll into the car.
You're fine.
What kind of car is it again?
I'm
Sedan.
yeah, I kind of pictured a Camaro.
No, it's got
But like
four,
a Prius
it's
now.
got 4 doors, I believe.
A
Yeah.
Prius. I'm picturing a Prius.
No, it's got like it's almost like a.
Honda Civic.
What would I say? It's like
A Jetta.
Pontiac.
I don't know, just like a government car almost that you'd see in the future from like evil,
Okay.
from evil governments.
I know, yeah, I know.
Very boxy,
yeah,
but-
I know what you're talking about. As soon as you said government car, I'm like, yep, something gray, something stupid.
How
something
about
gray.
I don't know, metal slating that we can pick up and press against the window when we're getting
Yeah.
shot at.
That's why I have the 5 metal plates, not to cover the windows, but just to.
Well,
Yeah, but last time the motorcycle lady shotgunned us through the window.
You don't want metal plates on the
I
window.
still am picturing like
But can
Netra's
we
small
hold it
body
up?
throwing herself
can,
up and into the shotgun blast.
we'll just put him in the back seat.
Yeah, it's
and-
like a shield.
It's like you have mesh covering the windows, but
think that's
something
a bit
to
of a-
see out of them.
No,
I think
no.
that's a
Yeah,
bit of
okay,
a
hold on,
tall
sorry,
order
right
that we
here.
need to focus
I'm talking
on.
about basically it's almost like a shield that like is normally just like on the side, and then we pick it up and there's like a little slot for our arm to like press up against the windows so that we can take it down when we want to and put it back up.
So it's like a mini SWAT shield.
Yeah, can I
that we
like
just
take a
hold it up.
like a piece of like hard metal take
just
like a
cover all the
piece of
windows up so we can't see
of
anything.
metallic rod, kind of like just bend it in like a half crescent and just tack it on.
What?
So
Like
that's
a nose ring in the front.
So it's a sheet of thicker metal with a half crescent ring tack welded on. So it's like exactly what he's saying, but a very crude design of it, where it's just like 2 rings welded to a piece of metal, a thick piece of metal that he can like just pick
Oh,
up.
I see.
It's like he's asking for this, but it's like on the fly. So I was like, this is the best I can do.
So you have to be constantly holding it against the
Yeah.
So like,
Only when we're about to get shot at.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, we're taking fire,
So-
but I'll
but-
lift this piece of metal up.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, I just use my automatic window to raise
Exactly.
bulletproof window.
yeah, but
No,
like,
it's-
where does the shield rest on it? The outside? I imagine it's larger than the window.
and on the floor, on
yeah.
the floor. Of,
Yeah,
in
by our
the, in the-
feet.
yeah, like
we just move our feet and pick it
Okay.
up.
on
Let's
the
see how these rolls go. So
see on like the
so like
on like
regular.
the back seat, it just is like a little 2 hook, just hook it into the back seat.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, just 2 plain hooks, a sheet of shitty thick metal with 2 shitty rings tack welded onto the back of it.
Got it. Okay, so
This is very quick and crude.
reinforcements of the vehicle
Yeah, this should be very
and
easy, like-
2 shields, I will say.
Wait, what?
It's
What?
it's 2 quick, easy shields that I'm just gonna tack weld 2 rings on for like holding grips.
What did you just say, Magnus?
Reinforcement plating
Yeah.
on the side, 2 shields, and anything else. I would say that is a tall order for
Astraea said that there was
That's
already
that's a
reinforced
tall order.
plating on there.
No, that's
For today.
That's what I was saying. I was getting metal to do.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting the metal to reinforce the doors, like all 4
Nope.
doors and then the top of the trunk.
Nope, just the windows. Just the windows.
So that means the rest of the doors not.
Don't care. That's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about literally raising a shield for the window, a small shield.
I originally asked for 5 things, and you guys just took it and turned it into that and said we're not doing right anymore. We're doing this. Basically, that's what you're saying.
What did you ask for?
I asked for 5 metal sheets. 5 metal heavy plates.
Were you also picturing that?
that?
No, but when you said it, I decided to draw it because it was so
in the
funny.
trunk.
Wait, yeah,
Whatever.
wait.
We'll do everybody else.
No, I pictured you putting the sheets on the side and just like
Take it back.
on the sides of the doors.
Okay, we're gonna do a montage.
It looks
Montage.
No,
It
doesn't
looks
look
like
like that
this.
at all.
It looks like this.
Nothing like
It's
that.
not working.
disappeared.
Nothing like that. Absolutely
Why-
zero.
Blue
It's a
disappeared.
it's a nose ring for the front of the car, like you
That looks
said.
like one of those Chevron commercial cars.
Yeah, it kind of ended up that way. It was kind of nice. I
So
like
we're
It's
asking
cute.
for metal bodywork and then shields for the inside of the car.
Yes, I mean I got that in the beginning.
Yep, that's what we're doing.
Okay, so Astraea and Windsor are taking the car back to Metal Burden, and I want you to give me a. Let's see if there's literally anything that is even remotely like can get this done.
Wait, are we there with them? We said we were meeting at the car.
Oh, they said that they were going, or at least Windsor said that he was just going to the metal shop. But sure.
If you want those modifications under the car, you have to go to the metal shop to get them done.
Okay, all of you guys are together at the metal shop.
All 5 of us? The 4 of us? Yeah.
All 4 of you are together at the metal shop.
Would be a local expert.
We'll do just fool, shoot, fool. Yeah, sure. Do intelligence plus local expert. This is a weird song. I didn't want this. Yeah. So Windsor do intelligence plus local expert plus 1d10. Astraea do same roll. Windsor, you're for the shields. Astraea, you're for the reinforcement.
Wait, 1d10 plus local expert?
Intelligence plus local expert plus 1d10.
17.
17. Ooh, perfect. There's something called the workshop.
What, there's a skill called workshop?
No, there's on Sirenscape. There is like a track called the workshop. We'll see how this goes.
Okay, 18.
Bunch of
So 17, 18?
It's a car wash.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I'll say you guys you get some basic sort of armor plating up. It's not sexy or refined looking. It's very functional. It's going to look a little bit awkward with the spray paint should you decide to use it. That's that RED-Vigor gave you guys. That has the sort of like you see that it has like red and gold. Red as the basic sort of body of the cannon, and then like gold trimming to sort of define exactly the colors that'll come out. And just assume it's like magic, like the paint sort of flies out and sticks to it at all the right parts. So
Like Star Trek technology.
yes, yeah. It's got small little magnets in it that just like know where the car is. So you just like spray heavy loads of spray, and it just like if you decide to use it.
Exactly what that sounds like.
Yeah, I spent years in the sci-fi paint industry. Anyway, Winslow, you make one shield really quickly, and then you realize you can't. It's like hard to get through the window, so you have to cut it down a little bit. And you successfully
Open
make
the
two.
door.
Easy.
Two car shields. Got it.
2 car shields. And we'll say that like the armor for the car now is
The back door probably can't open up right now. I guess that would be. I don't know.
We
The
would
back.
remove the shielding when we're opening the car door.
But, well, no, I reinforce the car doors and they're kind of shield ambo doors. So
Huh.
they
Well, then we
open
just
up-
gotta
they
lift
open
them.
up- They open up like that. So it's like if it's too heavy, they just be like.
We'll just lift it. It'll be
They're
like
not
a,
attached to the windows. They're attached to the car seats.
Talking about reinforcing the car.
so. Is it
yeah.
unreasonable to say then that that's good thinking that Winslow just did the same little loop-de-loop on the bottom? So you just.
Yeah.
Good. Fine, sure, whatever.
I've been in
Now,
the shop
but,
for a minute and know what I would know what I know.
I'm planning on changing
I
my
was
car
born
around,
and raised
though,
in this
so
shop.
I'm planning on changing the car around. So it
Simple,
won't-
stupid things to make things easy is what I'm about.
Again, I'm gonna change the car around, so it won't really matter.
It's yeah. So are you using the spray paint or not?
I have to.
I have no idea what this means.
I get
I have this-
Antonio to use it.
Oh,
Is he a helper?
He's a master spader. Spanner.
Spainer.
Yeah, spray painter. Spainer.
Oh.
Those Spainer artists, Antonio.
All right. Well.
Anyway,
I think,
You can spay and neuter
Apparently
any animal.
it's
Master spader.
paint for dummies. Anybody could do it. But
like you guys left it down on the ground, and then a really stray, dirty-looking dog came up and started to play with it, and just through its like biting it, it just sprayed it all over the car, and it just perfectly adhered to it. And then Antonio saw the dog and sort of sagged his shoulders and walked away
And spade it.
and quit. And he's like, "I am done spading for the rest of my life."
Spainer anymore.
He's actually Russian, but sure.
All right, so the car is ready. It's reinforced. I will say that it's got 20 for its armor. So if it takes damage, then you'll detract from there. If a shield is held out, that will add +2 onto it.
Come on.
You'll add +2 onto it. You didn't make the most fortified vehicle. Like
Wait, 2 to the 20 or 2 to our armor?
2 to the 20.
Oh.
Times 2.
If you're using it for you guys, like I imagine it's not going to hit you. And yeah, well,
Right.
if the shield's up is what I'm saying. We'll get there as it comes. We'll work these mechanics out in real time, because I didn't think about that. But okay, so I need to find a better song. This is not the best shop. Out on the streets.
It's almost called silence.
Is it playing?
You just wait for the drop.
It's called silence.
This track's called Out on the Streets. Anyway,
At night, but nobody's out.
okay, so yeah, you guys are all it's set up, it's prepared to go, and you guys are ready for your journey. The dog died of a heart attack after spraying it and inhaling some of the paint, and it's just there in the shop. And
All right.
The dead dogs just hanging out in the shop? I wouldn't allow that. I would have threw it in the trash disposal.
Trash disposal.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Getting JoJo
Trash
all too
compactor?
quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the future. Where am I supposed to put
Yeah,
it?
burn
there's
it.
a real JoJo solution, yeah.
Find the trash.
Well, no, he didn't kill the dog.
I ain't guilty.
You killed the dog.
But I would even say that's like that actually might be just a common practice in this world. Like, oh, dead thing in my way, just throw it in the trash
Trash compactor.
disposal compactor
Yeah.
thing. All right, so what are you guys up to? What are you doing?
All right. RED-Vigor gave us the contact who we're supposed to meet in the medical complex. His name's Vernon Bronze. We have his voice channel, so I'm going to reach out to him now. Let him know we're coming.
All right.
Good with that?
Oh, yeah.
Remember, the channels are really only effective within a mile of the source.
Oh.
It was said to reach out when you get there.
Are we within a mile of the metal burden to the cart?
The cart?
Our home cart.
Oh, it's 3 miles.
Alright. Well, we didn't hear any of that.
You guys are all together.
We heard all of it. Keep forgetting that you're at the metal burden with us.
Yeah.
All right. Well, not great at tech, so forgot that you can only use it a mile out. I guess we should probably just hit the road then now.
Okay. Astraea, taking the wheel.
Yep, go and drive.
Positioning.
I'll be in the front for the passenger shotgun.
Okay.
I'm gonna real quick. I'm gonna sprint upstairs, peep in, see how my mom's doing, and just slowly creep. Depending on the situation, just creep.
Give her a happy belated Mother's Day.
Yep.
It's almost
It's so sad.
reassuring, yet still sort of saddening that she is in the exact same position as before. It's almost like confirm the typical site. Nothing's out of order. She's sort of like halfway laying down, neck tilted up in the air, mouth partially open, hair very greasy, going down out of the headset and down her back, and just the headset that she's had for many years now still functioning.
Alright, I'm gonna close the door and head down to the car. Alright, let's get this show on the road. It's a good day. Good day.
All right.
Did we take the skin graft things?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys
Okay.
didn't sort of dole those out.
Winslow,
Ow!
this
I
one's
need
definitely
one.
for you. Here.
How
Not sure you can have the other one.
how healed are we at this moment?
Whatever your body is, you can add that to your health. But I think you already did from last night. So it's like since one night passed, after you patched yourself up, you add your body points to your overall hit points every day. If anybody who's familiar with the Cyberpunk system is watching, I don't know if that's how it works, but I like the way it sounds for
It's
now.
not, but I like it.
Yeah, so that's literally the only way that you can actually heal out with typically in this game, to my knowledge. So we are getting medical supplies and solutions with this mission.
We ready to go?
I kind of like double tap the car with my fist, like pow pow. Listen. Oh yeah, she good. She good. Shake my head at Astraea, like I don't know about this one.
Would you not hit the car though? Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
It does drive noticeably slower.
Oh, wow.
That's what I'm saying. I hope I don't make it super.
Gas mileage is really bad.
Yeah, it's there's a noticeable chug, but nothing that they can't handle.
Yeah.
Good catch.
Can you see outside of that thing?
Barely.
Yeah. You see this crudely drawn shit? I mean, excuse me, this crudely drawn stuff.
All the scribbles?
This thing.
I'm not even gonna try.
I've
I've got better things to do.
It's the layout of the inside of the car.
But what is that like
all
a center
sat in a
console?
sedan
That's
before.
the driver's seat. That's the
Driver.
passenger's seat. And these are the 4 back people's seat. This is the cargo. This is the cargo. This is the open center area.
You have a minivan?
It's a 6-person like vehicle.
So we're driving in a minivan.
Sedan.
It's not a
I think a
sedan.
sedan
Not a
can
sedan,
be
but
smaller
whatever.
than a minivan.
We're in a dragon wagon.
It's a
It's a mini sedan.
It's a cyberpunk sedan.
That's 3 rows of 2 seats.
It's a,
The
That's
driver,
how they are in the
passenger,
future.
2 passenger. And the 4 seats are facing each other in the back.
anyway.
They have
Yeah,
those cool
minivan.
seats where it's like they have armrests and you can
they
turn and look at each other.
that's what they do.
It's a cyber
all the
wagon.
best families had those.
Do they have
ones.
TVs in the back of the
No
headrest?
TVs, no TVs.
This
Stupid.
is bullshit.
It's all gutted out.
It's got the decals of the family on the back.
Yeah.
Zombie though. Zombie
It's just
family.
all of us in stick figure form.
Chopping up
Anyway, so you guys are proceeding from the outskirts of the city, deeper inside, and you have to take sort of main roads. You have to take some highways as some of the fastest ways to get there across the city. Arcing, like getting onto the highway, arcing up and over, and you get to a mixture of different highways, sort of interworking and interweaving in and out of each other to access different levels and areas of the city. It's almost like if you're familiar with Spaghetti Junction in Georgia, it's just this intermixing and mingling of many different highways.
Yeah. Are you
With
familiar
Spaghetti
with it?
Junction.
I used to
Georgia.
live in
Junction.
it
Very-
just makes so much sense as a name, Spaghetti Junction.
Yep.
It's
Very familiar with this.
A lot of on and off
Yes,
ramps
that's-
circling on each other.
You know, like Spaghetti Junction.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Oh, how could
all
I
of
be?
our Georgia fans right now, all of the millions
There
of
are
them,
two
billions.
people watching,
All from Georgia.
and I guarantee one of them, at least one of them, is us.
My phone's dead. It used to be 3 people.
All right. So yes, you guys are sort of like arcing outside, following this this highway outside of the city, and then back in towards the city as you're sort of arcing around large buildings, and then through weaving in and out of a next series of buildings to go deeper and deeper into the city. You see, in a very Ghost in the Shell fashion, many holographic ads sort of like populating outside of buildings, spinning around, fulfilling their sort of like, this is the newest, latest, and greatest headset, as like projecting out of the headset is this sort of like explosion mixture of kaleidoscopic and appealing imagery of like the newest shows that are being watched. Most all RoboCast, sadly.
Can I read some of the billboards as we pass them?
Sure. It's mainly just propaganda, and it's
Robo
all
enhancement.
it's all from
Machine loves.
corporations.
Robo
It's all from the machine. It's literally like the machine is watching as you're going down the highway to as like the reinforcement messages. It's you see a hand that's a holographic hand that's like closed, opens, numerous like tens of pills fly out, and then a face apparates, swallows the pills, and then it happens again, and it says chem for all of your
You can take note of that.
you can fill the rest of the there's also there are 2 buildings, and spawning out of the top of them are 2 like heavily armored boxing robos, and they jump from one building to the other and sock each other in the face, and their parts sort of explode off and around and down throughout the city. It's holographic parts, so it doesn't really do anything, but a car to your left just swerves out of the way of one of the pieces and just jumps off of the highway and lands down hundreds of feet below. Just like disappears into the mixture of hovering vehicles as well.
Dangerous streets.
Yeah, well, it comes with the territory. You also hear like explosions periodically. You see flashes of deep orange and yellow streak across the sort of glittering reflective sides of buildings. Passing you are robo polizei vehicles in a hurry to apprehend some or many ne'er-do-wells in the streets. And it passes like this, or it continues like this for, luckily traffic's pretty low at this time, but for a good like 30 minutes as you're passing through the bulk of the densest, highest sort of active portions of the city. Take a few streets off to get onto the major bridge that goes across the way, goes across the, again, that sort of irradiated river, just deep green and boiling. You can see like some bodies walking from the river and just slapping down onto the pavement and not moving anymore. It's pretty bleak as you're leaving the sort of like the densest portion of Robo City 16. And a little while after you pass the bridge, as the buildings start to lower and the activity starts to lower a little bit, and you can see the sort of horizon of desert and rad storm clouds, just like with like radiation lightning streaking across the top, far outside into the outskirts of the city. Just highlight the horizon at this point. It's daytime, but as you look farther and farther, it looks like it's just dark death out there. Yeah, and you pull up to the sort of golden, what used to be golden in a golden age medical facility of the Zeus complex. You start to see it glittering off in the distance, and then you get a better look, and it's aged heavily. It does have the colors of red and gold, but turned the time dial from its construction like hundreds of years and barely any sort of upkeep, and that's the current state that it's in. Yeah, so what are you guys doing as you're sort of pulling in at this point? If there's any place that you wanted to see, or
I mean,
well, you're not pulling in, but you're like getting close. You see the building in a few minutes away. Sure, you'll be in a mile out soon. If that's the next thing that you want to do is just talk to him, then yeah. Continue on, and you hit that mile part, that mile area.
Did I see any news about what's out with anything that's happening out in the waste as we were driving up here?
What do you mean? What are you
like
looking for?
Any news like, oh, we've done this major something? I don't know. Like any attacks? Anything about the resistance? Anything like any like news?
There's actually a suspiciously small amount of coverage about what happened last night. If you're looking for that, purposefully looking around for any kind of news as to what happened last night, there is none.
Wow.
There's a suspicious amount of silence right now.
They have gag ordered the crap out of us, I guess. Well, okay. Keep driving, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll also mention to everybody else, like, there's nothing on the news about us last night. Nothing on the news at all about what happened. Our glorious deeds, nothing.
The deep stream from Netra's exposure is going ballistic about it. It's almost like as the underground is active and talking about the status of the resistance and the machine and the Ministry of Justice and what the Ministry of Information is putting out to the public or lack thereof. They're exploding with information, and up top it's quiet. You imagine that last night it seemed like the machine didn't really come out on top. And so you guys probably dealt a blow in some way, shape, or form to their operation. It's something that they wouldn't want the public to know. Like, oh, we didn't actually execute a key member of the resistance.
Awesome.
And you all see the sort of the sort of like teal color on your HUDs, if you have HUDs, of the Discord channel sort of highlight into activity of Vernon.
All right, I'm gonna give Vernon a call.
Put her on speaker.
You're on the same channel.
Oh, that's all right. That's how this technology works.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
I can put her on speaker.
All right, dialing.
Vernon Bronze here. How can I help you?
Vernon, my name's Jay with Mortal Code. We're on our way. RED-Vigor has sent us to pick up his shipment for him.
Wait, hold on. Stop 1 second. Shh. I gotta take this. Hold on, guys. Sorry. I'll be right back. You just see him, like, you hear doors slamming and opening and slamming, and it's okay.
Bust through the window.
In a more quiet place. So, RED-Vigor sent you.
That's
I imagine
right.
you are close.
About a mile out.
All right. Meet me out back. Backside of the building, Bay 3. And I'll have what you need.
Should we try to...
I'm gonna hold my hand out to everybody, like, Let me scope it out. Stay a little bit back. I'll let you know. Let me go in ahead of you.
A bloody half-naked man? Great.
Yeah, I'm gonna scout it out.
No.
No, it's not good.
Just one person. Why?
Winslow, you stay in the
be
car.
quiet.
We'll go.
Vernon, are we gonna run into trouble trying to get over there through the gate or whatever kind of security there is?
No, I let them know that one of my trucks would be coming. The can that RED-Vigor gave you, I supplied him with. It should have all of the revelry needed to get past the initial check. And there's not much security around here, per se. After the fact, these vehicles get hunted down as they leave. So I would maybe change your colors afterwards, after you make it a certain distance out.
Okay. Thanks. We'll see you soon then.
My pleasure. And sort of just goes dead.
Astraea, do you still have paint from your last paint job in the car?
I thought we were supposed to spray the paint from the can that he gave
We did
us.
that, but he said once the car leaves, then it's hunted down, so we should probably change colors.
And I suppose I saw some. I don't know how much I have actually, because I never talked about that. I just have paint there, I guess. Spray paint.
Any spray paint should do.
I can. Wait. Did you give him like a can or like a machine that sprays this stuff on?
A can.
Just straight up
Like a
can?
one use
Okay,
can.
alright.
Maybe he's got something else that'll help
just-
us out.
We'll just spray paint it after we're done.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Dump a bunch of paint on it.
Winslow, I don't know if he's
I
going in
imagine
there.
us like getting a mile out and then just like parking in a bush, and then they drive by and see like 4 people spray painting a vehicle like really poorly.
What are they spray painting that bush for? There's a car in that bush.
Yeah, so as you guys pull into the hospital, it's maybe like 50 stories high. It's a huge hospital. There's one checkpoint, a security officer in sort of like blue, deep blue, a little bit more blue, a little bit deeper blue than the police eye, and they have that sort of badge that doesn't make them official police eye or police officers, but it's in the colors, the red and gold of the Zeus Medical Complex. Human, although sort of a good portion of their neck and cranium seems to be completely cybernized with tiny little components seaming together to almost like it's been modded over and over and over again up this person's skull to one of those sort of guardsman hats. Has a simple heavy pistol on their side. Has one of just like a ledger in front of them, and as you guys approach through the employee entrance, I don't really know what the equivalent is for hospitals is called. He asks you, "All right, let's see here. Who sent you?"
Vernon,
Vernon.
you should know we're coming.
And what are you here to pick up?
A shipment of medical supplies.
But imagine that without the stutter.
A shipment of men.
No stutter.
Excuse me, something in my mask.
No, it's
Wait, why would medical supplies be leaving the hospital?
I
You're
shoot him
not
in
bringing
the-
them.
I shoot him in the face.
Do you?
No! Don't shoot him in
Do
the
you?
face. No,
So my colleague is a little
No.
confused here.
So medical supplies are leaving and not coming.
Take your questions
Yeah,
up with
just-
Vernon. We're in a hurry.
Vernon has always been into some shady business. I've never trusted him. Is there anything you can do to seal my lips? Spice up this interaction for
we
me?
have
No, these
this
shotguns
new
seal lips pretty
drug.
quickly.
Hmm?
I don't say that.
We got this brand new upper from a stim puncher. It's supposed to make you invincible.
We're just trying to do our jobs. This is all we're doing. We can try and help out, but
So the stim puncher is in a place called the Beggar's Reach, Netra. You wouldn't imagine anybody knows of any like establishment down there. So
But
I mean,
would
in the
he
real
be
world, that's me
interested
telling you.
in
So
a
give me a cool
drug?
plus persuasion.
Cool.
Hey.
20
Natural
Natural
20. Oh, nice.
plus 10.
I haven't heard of that place, but anything experimental outside of Chem's hands, I'm totally into.
Hell
Yeah, give it.
I hand over a milky water.
He,
oh no.
do you hand over an organic or a synthetic one?
Does he look mostly organic?
He looks like he's into getting enhancements periodically.
Is he more robot?
Give him the
or
organic.
Yeah, like, does he have, like, a lot of enhancements? Or is he mostly human?
He has a lot of enhancements, but he's like half and half though. But the parts that are enhanced, like as I said, like his shoulders and neck and up his cranium, it looks like it's been like worked on numerous times.
Then I'll give him the synthetic.
Okay. I'm gonna take this baby. Wait, what does it do first?
It's supposed to be, it'll make you like a beastly monster for an hour. It heightens your strength, body, dex, and reflex. We used it on a job a couple weeks ago.
It'll make you faster, smarter, stronger.
Might help you on the job if you have, long hours out here.
He just like flicks it with his thumb, grabs it, opens up his shirt, puts it in. You see that it just like there's no pocket there, it just like falls down and is like in the part where he tucks it into his belt. Yeah. And he says,
Dope.
"See you on the way out. Nice doing business with you. Come back here with presents anytime."
Will do.
You always have presents.
Okay, and he sort of like the partition raises, and he just waves you guys inside. You slowly drive around, see that the back is on the back side, not the front side, but the back is actually on the back side, as opposed to being on the side. It's like on it's on the back side. So
Parking spots, but no parallel parking.
yeah. Anyway, so you guys go around the back. Again, pretty large building. Takes about a minute to actually get around to the very back side. And there are numerous different sort of loading bays back here. And at Bay 3, you see this guy who is... it's hard to tell if he's human or robo at first, but his entire body is smooth like chrome. Sleek, bald head. It's got some black streaks of different colored metal in between, and is wearing pretty comfortable looking scrubs, red scrubs, to complement. And he's just sitting on the sort of receiving bay, just looking around.
That you, Vernon?
Ah, you've arrived. Welcome. Yeah, let's get this over with, because this is... I could be killed. I mean, so could you guys, but the money's good. Tell RED-Vigor I said, sup.
That's it.
And no, he opens up the bay doors behind him. He opens up the bay doors behind him and presses a button, and a ramp sort of like descends down, and there is a trailer. Not like an open trailer, like imagine a dirt bike trailer. Again, in the revelry of the Zeus Medical Complex, red and gold. Says, "Yeah, just hook this up and be on your way."
Look,
Yeah.
we'll be on our way, but I want to ask you, can we do business directly with you in the future? I think we might need to establish a direct line.
I'll tell you what. You prove yourselves by getting this back to RED-Vigor, and I'll have RED-Vigor say whether or not you guys are safe in the future. This is high-risk work, and I can't work with anybody who hasn't proven themselves.
You know what else is high-risk work? Not clearing it up with the checkpoint security.
I did.
Almost got us busted.
David is in the know. He should have been expecting.
Well,
you
maybe
guys
next
coming.
time let us know what kind of shipment we should be telling him.
I think David there just took us for a loop, got some free meds from us, maybe.
Oh, I guess it's a downer.
Oh man, Dave, knowing him, he's probably doing it right now. But yeah, he'll do that upon a time. You guys have learned your lesson through trial and error now, but
He's learned his lesson.
and hey, all a part of the test. Curveballs are going to be thrown your way all the time. Gotta know if you can handle it.
Well, I guess as long as your staff loves drugs, then I guess we should be good.
Hey, these days, don't we all?
Yeah. They're
Do you
good
have-
company.
You see his eyes are like they're cybernetic, but you can see different colors like shifting in and out of the synthetic irises. Pretty clear sign that he's on something himself.
Do you have any other spray cans that we can use to, you know?
Yeah, nobody gave us the word.
No, all I have are the Zeus colors, and that actually took quite a bit to make. It's not like we just have those cans sitting anywhere. Why would we have something for another in any other color?
Know any place in the area that we can spray this car down afterwards?
Maybe a failed prototype of the cans.
Or an alternate route back?
I mean, the route back is up to you guys. Are the drivers. There should be a few different options, all with their own. Like, if you are able to remove the paint, then maybe take the main roads. It'll be the fastest and the best camouflage is out in the open. If you want something a bit more, I don't know, under the radar, take the back alleys. If you want something utterly confusing and likely to not have any police eye, but other dangers, then take the underground railroads. Or subway system.
Alright, well, I guess we'll just figure it out. Let's get these medical supplies, guys. Come on.
Onward. I'm supervising, yes.
You're driving.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm supervising. Just get in the car. I'm not
Is it not lifting? Yeah, not lifting
Not
a
lifting
finger.
his hand finger to lift all these crates into the car.
I mean, you're actually the one. I thought you said we gotta like, it's on a trailer or something.
It is on a trailer, yeah.
He's supervising. That's the most important
So you just
step.
have to connect it to the back.
Okay.
Sedans definitely have. I don't know
A
this at
trailer
all.
hookup?
Yeah, trailer hookup.
Drive it up, and we'll load it. Or we'll get it,
I'm ground guiding him.
That's great gestures, great gestures.
Okay.
Move, I have a back camera.
As soon as it's in range, I'll make the connections.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's it, there's no reason to make any roll. It's hooking up a trailer.
Yeah.
Boom! It's happened.
Astraea,
Whoa.
do you wanna reflex in case we get into anything?
I don't think I'm gonna need that too much since we won't be going too fast since the car is already kind of heavy and slower and we're putting more weight on it, so it's gonna be even heavier and slower.
Oh yeah, good point. I guess if they catch up to us, they're gonna catch up to us no matter what.
We're going as fast as we can. Yep, they're there right next to us.
Yeah. So you guys connect the sort of like medium-sized sealed trailer on the back, and we'll say that you guys are driving out towards the road, and now is where we can take a quick break. It's 8:30.
Cool.
We start the drive back.
want to say anything?
Thank you for watching so far. Of course, I want to say everything to us that are the ones watching.
Plug.
Thank you guys for watching so far. Just to give you guys a few different plugs. These episodes release on our YouTube channel, Team Sasa, on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. We also have pre-famous streamers with us.
The Loser Club. If you want to check out our live stream, it's on Twitch at twitch.tv/The Loser Club. Every weekday, besides Thursdays, from 4 to 9 p.m., we play Minecraft, Sea of Thieves, and Grand Theft Auto, and a slew of VR content. And you should tell them about all the artwork, which is not our own.
Oh, yes. So this artwork, this entire universe, most of the world that we're operating inside of, is based out of Hosan Gonzalez, the artist's artwork, his graphic novel, Neon Rising, The Future Is Now. He had a Kickstarter for that many years ago. Now he has a Kickstarter for his newest, The Future is Rising 2, I believe it's called.
It's called, no. It's, the first one is The Future Is Now, Neon Rising. The second one, the current Kickstarter is The Future Is Now, Nightfall.
Bam. All of this artwork is his. We're huge fans. It's really great stuff, really visceral. It's sort of like atypical cyberpunk, but we love the world. Very dark, very gritty, and we're going to be gallivanting in it for some time to come. So,
and most of his links to that Kickstarter we mentioned, his own website, his Instagram and everything is all in the description of this video as well, if you'd like to check it out.
Yep. Also, pre-sponsor Neon Blast, because neon stuff.
Oh.
Also,
Come get it.
Bic Mechanical Pencils pre-sponsor.
All right. Okay. Bye, guys. See you soon in a few minutes.
Welcome back,
Is this what we're all
sassies.
doing now? Look how cool we are.
Sense. Anyway, welcome back. When last we left off, they picked up the stuff. And now they're taking it back.
No, we made it back.
Oh, was that
With
how
a
it went?
million credits.
Ah, and then the asteroid fell into your anuses. Anyway, so as you guys are leaving the hospital with the trailer in tow, as you leave on the opposite side of the security checkpoint, you see the security guard just like curly shuffling on the ground, and like jittering in incredibly awkward directions before he gets up and just like looks really confused and jumps through the window of the security booth and just disappears inside. He might have taken it. Might have taken the stuff. You guys just drive away. This is not your problem. Keep going down the way you came. How would you like to head back? The main highway is really the best, fastest way to get across the bridge, but there are, as I said, you can just like go under, over, around, up to you.
Well, Astraea, you have a preference?
Not really, just whichever way is fastest and most inconspicuous.
What ways
Those
do
are
you
two different
normally
routes.
take?
I don't
yeah.
drive this way normally.
Hmm.
Let's just take the inconspicuous route then. That doesn't sound like we have enough paint.
Or
We
horsepower.
got no time constraints. Let's just go.
Yeah.
Go with the most inconspicuous. With no time constraint. Let's go.
Let's go down into the railroad underground.
I put on blue arc.
You put what?
His reggae station.
It's a reggae station on a GTA.
Wow. Okay. So Astraea. I mean, you guys don't. Now that I think about it, you guys actually don't. You wouldn't know exactly how to get back.
I don't have a map system I can look up.
No, I don't think you know. It doesn't work like that.
There's no.
It's
What?
the underground
What about an
subway system that is
overlay?
not in use anymore.
And
Why
she's
would
a-
you just have a map of that?
And she's
Who has a map of that?
She's an internet expert.
I can no, I didn't hack. I can access the public records.
The
because
public records that the Ministry of
public
Justice
records,
definitely just has
but
available
this is abandoned,
to the
so
public.
They probably don't care about this anymore.
They most likely do. If this we're not using an underground unknown system built by some unknown source.
I mean, that's
Was it in use during our lifetimes? Would we remember from like, maybe when I was
your
11 or 12?
lifetimes. I would say probably not.
That's
Maybe a generation before you.
But something as built out as a map.
Are there signs over here?
No, there's not. There's not a map.
Is there any kind of like this way is north, that way is south?
Or like if we come
Like
up
if
on
you
a subway
explore
stop,
around enough, you can find something that leads to the underground. But like, good luck from there. How do you plan on
we
actually
can't even
navigating?
find it.
No, well, it's literally like you don't have an incredibly extensive knowledge of the entirety of the city to know where the entrances and exits are across. Like it's built across like a system, yes, so you can find the underground, but again, navigating the underground when it's this incredible webway of networks.
Can I try and
It's
roll
gonna be
for it? 'Cause
difficult. If you can give me something
According
that
to my-
makes sense.
my background, yeah, local expert, and I was like born and raised underground.
Oh yeah, I suppose it makes sense for you. Yeah, go for it. Intelligence, local expert, 1d10.
When they're still. Ooh.
10.
Natural 10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, you know the route. You navigate them off the main route, take a few turns, go closer to one of the entry points into the subway systems, closer towards the bank of the river, partitioning the cities, or separating the city. bisecting the city. And as the light of day disappears behind you and you go farther into the tunnel, you don't hear the activity. Like, it has not been running, at least in this part. Again, there are random channels and pockets of still running subways, but not here, it seems. The lights turn on, and you guys are you going quickly? Are you going steadily? Are you
Steadily? We're steady. Right?
One
Right?
steady.
Yeah,
One
we're
steady
not
wins the race.
we're not in no rush.
Well, at least gets an honorable mention in the race.
okay?
5 above traffic.
5 above the speed limit. Yeah, as you guys are, as Jay is directing you in and out, you start to see like water droplets come down from the ceiling as you are passing underneath the channel at this point that Jay points out. You get closer to the bulk of the city underneath it, and debris sort of covers the way that would make it easiest to just continue on the path that you're going. Instead, you have to sort of take a path that arcs down and under and into a bit deeper portion of the tunnels. And Jay, you know that, again, the deeper you go, it's like, tiered of danger, increased. And you start to see the lights that are coming off of the vehicle aren't as necessary, as there are sort of glowing green plants and spills just radiating this green color. Shifting shadows are running in and out of the glow, as well as just the front of your vehicle right now. Nothing too dangerous, like either wild animals. Some are larger than like possums. Time for
We don't need to worry about
Mole people?
that too. But I don't know, like unsafe particles in the air or something like that. Hazardous.
You'd want to roll the windows up for sure.
Hmm.
At the very least.
Do you got working windows?
Yeah, it works.
We'll see how this works.
You gotta press hard twice and then soft one.
Manually lock the door.
Yeah, they're not I don't know if they'd be electrical, really, but
Gotta elbow the side of the window and press the.
kind of like a giant.
What?
Like a giant lever that you just like click, like wrench downward, and it just pulls the whole window.
So it's
down.
just like
Just
wrench.
Well, that's
And then-
interesting.
So it's just like one window, just like one solid movement, as like up lock.
Yep, and then down. There's no.
I like this system.
It's
All right.
It's in place or not in place.
Okay.
Wow.
Your car.
What a car.
It's from the
Well,
from the waist. You gotta
yeah,
keep
I'm
people out.
gonna bring the window up.
Yeah, like in Carbonari, I'm gonna just grab it. And...
Alright.
Ah!
Carbonarium.
It's an anime we're watching, and a reference.
Very
Maybe
niche,
nobody
very
will
niche anime.
understand.
Yep.
Sound like a type of pasta.
But my back muscles are flexing.
Okay, as you guys are pressing forward, is there anything you're looking out for as you're continuing down this the path? It's a stench has now seeped through the vehicle and into your nostrils. This acidic sort of reek of long dead and radiated material.
I didn't get the radiation shielding upgrade on this car, so.
Hostile pedestrians or sewer gangs, mutant gangs.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a intelligence plus perception.
Like
I'm gonna pull
Leela's
my
family.
what?
Leela's Whole village.
I'm gonna pull my shotgun out and make sure it's loaded and at the ready. That is a 15 total.
15 total. Okay.
Are there subway light systems?
Not on in this
But
area.
they are here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and hack into them.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a tech plus basic tech.
I'm gonna ready my pistol.
Okay.
11.
It's so old and ancient that like you try and look for a connection or an access points to the light specifically, and it's just a ghost of a piece of technology. Like it's there's nothing to connect to.
Is there a way that I can retry this?
No. Nope.
In
No.
like,
You
in like 5 minutes.
you're so discouraged that you're thinking about never hacking anything again.
What is this stupid
the
ancient
extent of-
technology? God.
How's
Yeah,
that
look.
going?
Lights. Ooh. Yeah, I have luck. I forgot about luck.
Don't waste on this.
But it might be helpful.
You
Mole
rolled
people's
so
eyes.
low.
Mole people's eyes are going to be very sensitive to light.
Mm.
Flip those on, it might really hurt their eyes.
Freddy would.
It's up to you.
approve.
It's up to you. It's your decision.
I'm gonna use 5 points of luck. It's a 16.
The prince.
Okay, you it's like, slamming your virtual head against a wall as you're just like, "Oh, I got." And then you just like shake your head. "Oh, I wasn't prepared for that." And then you open the, the sliding glass door and make your way inside. And
That's a good
Wow.
analogy.
That's unfortunate.
and yeah, it's just like one of those white porcelain switches or plastic
Turns out I'm
switches.
just an idiot. And it was really just this easy.
And then and
No,
like
I don't want to turn it on yet. I just want to turn them on. I'm holding my action in case we get into an altercation.
oh, okay, okie dokie, yeah. Jay, you don't hear much. You just hear sort of the familiar murmurs and scurrying of rodents as you proceed forward. A few minutes pass by, a few more channels as you're sort of guiding through, and you know that you are actually quite close to what would be considered about a hive. The passage that was blocked up above would have prevented you from making contact with this, but hopefully, they're sleeping or
How's
they're
it
not home.
hide?
Something else disturbed it.
You're gonna
Hopefully,
roll to see what a
What
hive
are
is, or
these?
just imagine a dense cuddle puddle of mutant activity.
Cuddle puddle.
Yeah, it's just like an underground
Disgusting.
mutant community, but it's not any traditional community that you'd be familiar with. It's
and how do mutants take non-mutants?
Anally.
I would
not well, not at all.
I would. Oh, okay.
Yeah, not at all. So
We're
you
gonna-
go for it.
All right, we're gonna wanna go around this area right here. This is a bad place to be for our kind. Do we see like an alternate route?
No, this is the alternate route was the cave-in. This is the alternate route from the cave-in. So
It's just one road.
there's
one.
an interconnecting webway, but it's like you're going deeper and deeper into. It's like you have to pass the thick pocket of the hive in order to actually like get past this area. The webway is like there at this tier of the underground. It's pretty connected to mutant activity. So in almost any path that you take, you're gonna you're not too confident that you won't run into something.
Might as well just give me the reflex now. I won't take it and grab grenades.
Yeah.
You start to hear laughter sort of echo down the hallway.
What if it's like you look
Jay,
at it?
you hear like the crunch of the pebbles that make up the subway system, like a heavy foot crunch, maybe about
Where?
15 feet away, coming from one of the like phone booth calling dips or carve outs in the wall. Just you hear like a footstep coming from there. It doesn't actually go into any tunnel or anything, but with the lights currently as you're going forward, it just like passes right through and it's nothing but like a shadow.
Get those shields ready.
Turn the lights on now, maybe? Or...
I think we should
Maybe turn the car lights off if you can still see.
Aren't they already off?
Oh.
I mean, I have low light cyber optics, so I mean, I'll
Yeah.
try, yeah.
Yeah, keep it real dark, and then like right when we need it, I can flip the switch.
everyone hold your shields up against the windows.
Did do we have those?
Yeah, I thought
I
you
mean,
did.
the people in the back have the shields, but like I'll be in the passenger with my pistol. Like,
You're gonna want a shield.
We have the reinforced doors, but that's about it.
don't have one. We have enough to do over 2 shields, and the side car dooring.
Okay, then I think the back door should have the shields. So you two, Netra, Winslow, you take the shields. They can't see my face.
You start to hear what sounds like as you hear the low rumble of the engine and the wheels turning and churning up the rocks beneath. You hear a second pair of wheels.
Are you shotgun?
Yep.
Okay.
Sort of like start to you hear it come like arc into the path that you're on right now.
Astraea is not good.
Grenades.
Pick up the pace.
I'm going as fast as I can with this heavy load.
I'm gonna hold the shield, waiting for. I'm just gonna be like,
Let me know when you want me to switch the lights on. Hopefully
Band-aids and bandages! Band-aids and bandages!
Is that our neighbor? We didn't have any band-aids and bandages. We just had.
As you start to
jelly
hear
beans.
just like the echo of the voice like run past the front. And you hear another set of wheels start to roll up behind you.
We're driving faster now, right?
I guess I'm driving as fast as I can go.
Oh, driving as fast as you can go.
That's safely, not like going crazy, like just driving as fast as I can go while keeping it like.
Okay, give me a reflex plus driving. And as you start to go faster and faster and faster, you start to hear the carving of
20?
the pebbles as though like a bat or machete or something is carving through it as well. And a random shot just fires from behind you, and you see the tunnel that you're in light up as it's streaking past you, and like in the corners there's numerous different mutants, and behind you there's about 3 on motorcycle or on not motorcycles but
One wheels?
what's why can't I think of it? What's the not motorcycle but it's like
Quad.
no.
The T-Rex thing?
Bicycle.
Tricycle.
It's in between a bicycle and a motorcycle.
a scooter.
But it's on the closer
Moped?
towards a motorcycle.
Moped?
Oh my, dirt bike. Jeepers.
Oh, dirt bike.
Creepers. Yes. Okay. So dirt bikes. As they're on dirt bikes. 3 of them are on dirt bikes behind you guys, and keeping in tow. And
Turning the lights.
I'm like sticking my torso outside the.
I want everybody to roll initiative right now.
I'm sticking my torso outside of the
Grenade?
the window, and I'm aiming my shotgun right at where we. Well, did they hit us?
No, that was one stray bullet, and then you you hear a group. Not only are people are mutants running up alongside you as you start to see their like silhouettes in the darkness, and just like impressions of melted faces and just like portions of hair as they're running up alongside you. One just
That's
takes a
badass.
bat and slams it against the armored side of the car. Doesn't do enough to actually like deteriorate the armor or anything. But now there's just like, as you guys are passing people, they're just jumping out and like smashing bottles on the side of the car. As three, really the biggest threats are behind you. The three that are staying in tow with you, and they just now turn on their lights, and you can see again, just sort of like accurately cuddle puddles of mutants, just like not even wanting to be a part of it. Families sort of huddled together with
Like,
blankets over their hideous forms.
Lights on.
What are we adding to this?
Okay.
1d10 plus what?
1d10. Man, what was initiative? I think it's just dexterity plus 1d10. Yes. And then yeah, just to keep it easier for me, we'll you guys roll, I will roll, and then we'll see how this works. So the way that these mechanics are going to work is this is a skill challenge, sorry. And 3 successes means hey, or a certain amount of successes means that you might make it through. A certain amount of failures means that you might not. Somebody's going to always have to use their turn to drive, and drive well. You can sort of specify how you want to drive or what you want to aim for. Everybody else can use their turns and just use a skill challenge to do something or fire. And if another person wants to help, then they can use their turn to help. But it'll be you'll add your single D10 roll to another's roll. So you're taking reflex? You already took reflex?
I said whenever we get in trouble, I'm just gonna let's go.
Okay, hearing all of the sort of like sounds encroaching in on you, and just like feeling this crazy presence in the darkness before everything hit the fan, you just took it immediately. As it was almost like there's not gonna be better time than this. It's just gonna get worse from here on out. And you start to hear just wild laughter. What did you guys roll for your initiative?
What did we? Oh yeah.
Reflex plus Dex plus 1d10. That's it.
Okay. F 14.
13.
16.
12.
16 is the highest, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna start with the mutants first, and then we will go to Netra. So right off the bat, the car is going to take a hail of bullets from semi-automatic weapons. As a car, it's pretty easy to hit. We'll see how many of the semi-automatic weapons.
It's blacked out, so it's hard to hit in the dark.
And separating the
armor.
sort of the hail of fire as the glass is breaking behind you. Some of you are ducking into seats. You hear the dense metal impacts hitting the armor plating on the outside, and 21 point. Actually, let's give your car health. Let's do 20 points of health. Actually, no. Let's do. Well, because it's got 20 armor.
How about 100?
Shouldn't that be 2, 4, 6, 8?
2, 4, 6, 8.
20 for each door, and then 20 for the body.
120 for the engine, so 100 total.
Yeah.
No. No. We're going to 20.
They just did 21.
So it's like
damage.
one shot
So you
kills,
take
destroys
our
your
car is blown up and we're all dead.
No, you're missing the armor factor here. It has to pierce the armor, so it only takes 1 point of damage.
20 shots.
It's just like when we are attacked.
But now it has no armor?
Now it's got 19.
Now it's got 19 armor.
Okay.
In between the hail of machine gun fire, it takes 12 points of shotgun blast. It's just coming from the central person on the dirt bike, mutant on the dirt bike, and they are just laughing wildly behind you, and right on your ass too. They're the closest one's about 10 feet away, and the other two are about 15 feet behind, keeping in line with you, going like up on the sides of different walkways, jumping down. on the vehicle. It seems like they are pretty much masters of this area. So your driving better be spot on, and Jay's guidance better be spot on as well. Netra, you're up. What do you want to do?
I'm turning the lights on in the subway system.
Okay, that'll be one net action. Just sort of like each one, light by light, turns on in front of you guys, revealing the way. And some mutants don't even want a part of this. They're like taking their family and running off. Others are like in front, about 30 feet. One just walks up, one big with like nails screwed into their knuckles, just punching them together. Bandages wrapped around the face, and all you can really see is just this this toothy, angular smile of about a 6'6" mutant. One arm larger than the other.
The light doesn't affect them?
I mean, some are cowering away, but no, it's not like they're. It's not like it like poisons them or anything.
Eyes?
We can see those.
Damn. I was hoping they spent most of their lives down here, and so the bright light would really hurt their eyes.
It does, but they're not like.
They're not phased.
They still have to see. They're not night creatures.
But are they squinting? Do they get disadvantage?
Yeah,
like,
some are squinting from the immediate light being turned on.
Fine.
That was one net action. You still have your.
What?
You still have your action. That was just one net action.
Oh, okay. I would like to take out my heavy pistol then.
Okay.
And try to fire at one of the bikers behind us.
Okay, go for it. Go ahead and roll.
What do I...
And they're within 15 feet, so you'd have to beat a... 15. Oh, I'm sorry, 20 with a pistol. You roll reflex plus marksman. Plus 1d10. You have to beat a 20.
Hey, I got 20.
Oh, wow, nice. Go ahead and roll damage.
I think I would get that.
How does damage work for a 20? Or a natural 10?
You can double damage. Wait. Let's say you can double one dice. There are just so many dice in here that if you double them all, it'd be kind of crazy.
So 14.
You can aim for the head.
Yes.
As what with a natural 10, I would say. Normally you have to add 6 to your roll, so you'd have to beat 26. But since you got a natural 10, you did get a natural 10, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, you just dome him right in the face, and sort of just like you just hear this as the light shifts drastically, skirting out rocks that pelt the side of the car. Doesn't lift after that. One of the buddies just like, or one of the other mutants just rides over him and continues going.
Oh wow. All right.
Okay, Jay, what are you doing?
I'm gonna.
I just said that this was gonna be a skill challenge. We're just taking this like normal turns. Yeah. Well, as I said, if you guys want to like combine to do something drastic, we can do that. Or if you want to just try and make it out of here, because otherwise it'll be like it's a hallways filled with mutants. It's not like they're gonna like necessarily potentially stop, if that makes sense.
Well, don't know what we can do besides drive and shoot. So I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna get out of the vehicle with my, like trying to sit on the lower portion of the window. Or I guess I'll open the window with like my bonus action and get up with my movement, like up and out, and then try and get a shot off with the shotgun.
So you're standing on the front of the car?
I'm not standing on it. I'm sitting, like I got my torso out, facing backwards. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah. Okay. Go ahead and roll then. Winslow, you're up
24.
next. Okay, hits for sure.
I'm just gonna aim for the closest dude on one of the bikes. Whoa. Whoa. That's right. 26.
How many d6 did you roll?
5.
Dang. Yeah, nice.
I rolled 2 5s, 2 6s, and a 4.
Your shotgun blows. It hits just to the right of their like dead center chest. Blows off one of their shoulder, like makeshift pauldrons. Their shoulder snaps back as the wheel turns to the right a little bit, and they get it back on track and continue laughing forward as they approach.
Can I ask real quick, like, what are my options for skill checks? Because I'd like to maybe like put this shotgun firing on.
So like you can also ask if things are there that I haven't explicitly said are there. So it's like, oh, if there's an explosive barrel, or is there like some loose rubble in the ceiling, or is there do I know of another path that Astraea could take?
I thought we asked this before, and you said no. There's one path through.
Yeah, but that was of a different context. You're talking about you are being chased right now, and so it's like to try and lose your immediate chasers, you might go into another portion, but you're also like going much faster now as well. So it's literally like, do you know these back alleys, or sorry, this underground passage enough to be able to navigate Astraea into just like safer, potentially less crowded routes that you're immediately on? Probably still going to be mutants there, but it's like maybe not as hostile, or just like it's literally just losing your pursuers right now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Winslow.
Cool. I'm gonna put my right arm on the little window shelf, little ledge. I'm gonna put my pistol on the other arm, kind of like balancing it, give me more stability as we're going through this. And I'm gonna aim at either the front tire or the back tire, whichever one is more exposed and more open to myself. I'm gonna shoot towards that tire for the target that's on the right.
Okay, you're gonna have to beat a 26.
I do not.
To do accurate shots, you'll have to.
Rolled.
Oh. Okay, yeah. So just like they see you aiming at them, and they just immediately just like dip
That's crazy
away
for
from the
26. That's insane.
It's the rules of the game, man.
That's understandable, but still insane.
Astraea.
Driving.
Okay, go ahead and give me a reflex plus drivey doodle.
I double it what I roll for reflex, right?
Yes.
So that is 27.
27. Wow, nicely done. Yeah, you step on the gas. The mutant that was in front of you, you just at the last moment pull on the e-brake really quickly to spin your wheel, pull on the e-brake, release it, and just like slam him with the right side of your car, and just almost bisect his entire body off of him before you right yourself and continue down the path. And huh?
I have to buff that out.
Yeah, probably will. There's like leftover pants on there just flapping. Okay, mutants are up. They are going to. I don't have dice to roll, so I'm.
Are you using what virtual dice are you using?
Just Google's virtual dice. Just rolling dice rolling. The two machine gunners are continuing to pelt, and it takes 26 points of damage. So now eight total points down. Yeah, so you have 12. Maybe we'll reconfigure this at a certain point. But two of the metal plates just come off. It's at 18 armor now, and some of the the bullets make it through. Man, this is an interesting system that I'm working with here. Wow. Oh, that was cool. I just like, ha! Sorry, I made a fist and I made the dice just disappear, so I felt powerful for a second. But anyway, so yeah, the car takes 8 total points of damage down to 12. The armor's down to 18, and another sort of
wait a minute. You said the armor's down to 18. So what is the car's health then?
It's at 12.
So it has 20 health and 20 AC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It's some critical parts. Another mutant came up, and I would just consider that a failure. I'm trying to mix in skill checks here, but it's really not working well for me. Another mutant comes up on another dirt bike and just continues following behind you guys as well. This time he doesn't have any weapons. Sorry, he doesn't have any projectile weapons, but just has a really just like piece of metal bound with leather or fabric or whatever, just large in his hand, and he's just like scraping it behind him. Netra, what are you doing?
I'll just be shooting again. Do you want to just roll mine in with whoever else is shooting?
Yeah, let's just do that. If you guys are just shooting, you guys can sort of like combine your efforts.
Well, I'm not going to shoot this time, so.
I will be shooting it.
Okay, so then 2 of us will be shooting.
Okay, where are you aiming?
At the guys on the bikes following us.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
how does this work?
At the tires of the people who are following us.
Yeah. This is actually, it's getting very hot inside right now. Taking that off.
It's like humidity building up.
No, it's just like it's since we came back, it just feels like this room is hotter.
It is very warm.
Yeah. So, whatcha? Rift face,
Whoa, you
quest
look
face.
so red on that screen.
Oh, you matched
Seeing
the
red
background.
again.
That could be said about your own stream.
Huh?
Another time, another place.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll, and Max, if you want to shoot the wheel, just add your own, Winslow, add your own D10 roll to hers.
D10 plus what? Plus...
You are just a D10. You are adding your roll to hers because you're assisting her. So you guys are, it's like in a more effective way to get a high priority target or objective, if that makes sense.
I
by
rolled
combining
on
your...
a single D10 a 5.
And I'm doing reflex plus marksmanship?
Yes.
Do I also include marksmanship since I'm proficient in it?
No, so that's what I was trying to tell you before. If you are assisting somebody, you are only including 1 D10 roll. Otherwise, you're just doubling your chances entirely. Like, let me add now you're doubling marksman, you're doubling reflex, and you are doubling the roll, which is you're just assisting her on 1 high priority target or objective.
Well, I got a 17.
Total? You got a 5, so 22. So you go ahead and roll damage, and then you can add your add 1d6 to the damage. If you have above 14 total damage, you'll take out a...
Give me a 1 through 3. Any number. 1 through 3.
2.
Okay.
12.
12 points. You just have to roll more than 2. Hey! With a collection of both your fire and Netra's fire, concentrated fire at one of the bikers, the one that was already shot and heavily damaged from Jay's shotgun blast just gets pelted, slams into the side of the wall as it's just scraping their face off into the ground, and the bike just explodes behind them. Jay, what are you doing?
I'm gonna look for some alternate route, and I'd like to hold. I don't know. I'd like to ask Netra if she can, if there's anything, if she can activate the subway for the train to maybe like cut them off after we cross over their tracks or something.
See, that's what I'm looking for. I think like thinking about things like that is awesome. So just because I did a terrible job explaining this at first, I will just let that happen. So
Hey.
not like let it happen. Like I will afford her the chance to roll for that. Because I think those are definitely the kinds of skill checks that I'm looking for. So how this is going to work is you are going to use your turn to instruct Netra where the typical sort of like dead trams are, and as well as Astraea and the different sort of specific channels and avenues to get to this, almost like, not like it's pre-set up, it's literally just the knowledge that you're putting together through driving through. You're like, okay, there is a collection over there. This avenue leads that way. And afterwards, we should be able to get into a higher tier of this and hopefully get us to a safer ground. So you'll be able to add to Astraea's reflex plus driving, and you'll be able to add to her hacking. So, Astraea, give me, if you're going to use your turn to
Wait, I'd like to at least narratively say it.
Well, I'm just saying they should roll to see like how successful they are. Or are you saying it would be
I would
better?
like to say it first.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I got a plan. If my memory's correct, I think there's some abandoned trains up ahead. Go up here, take a left. I'll tell you when we get there. Just, Netra, get ready to hack it. Astraea, drive.
Okay.
That's right.
I'm ready.
Okay.
So I roll something
So
to help
16
him.
plus. Yeah.
D6.
D10.
Oh,
D10. Assign who this is going to.
Astraea.
Okay.
I'm already at 32.
Whoa! What? Wow.
So it gets to a portion of the tunnel where it's like almost a complete circle, like in the Ninja Turtles sort of subway systems. And as the tunnel starts to shift and curve to the left naturally, Astraea just continues to drive straight, and the wheels hit the angle, the arcing angle, and you guys start to go up and turning around and around and around. And Astraea is just sort of like corkscrewing through this tunnel as one of the other bikers behind starts to try it as well, and they just drop from the ceiling, and the bike lands on them. Geez, at a 32, and what did you roll?
5.
At a 37, yeah. And sort of when the left sort of the junction comes up where Astraea has to turn left, just cycles around, and with extra speed from the loop-de-loop, just continues down, hits the e-brake, and slams through as one of the other bikes tries the same thing and just knocks into the side of the wall. As you hear the revving behind you, but you can't see it, of more motorcycles coming through, and just this continued laughter, like they don't even care that their friends have just perished. And you see light after light after light appear way behind you at the end of as you guys are driving forward, and you're about to hit this specific junction that you were talking about.
Right. Anything else?
Netra, you gotta, as you point out, this sort of like, almost imagine like Gladys from Portal. It's the Underground's AI sort of beacon. It's what controls this portion of the subway system. You just see it start to like uncurl as Netra is hacking into it out of this collection of cables on the side of the road, and this one single eye just looks at you, Netra.
What would you like me to use?
Tech
to hack
plus basic tech. Plus 1d10.
Whoa.
14.
14 total?
Yes.
Go ahead and
D10 or D6?
D10.
Nice.
Should roll another one.
It's a 7. Take it.
This one's a
Wait,
9.
what?
Oh, nice. So it's 14, so 23. Yeah, you just you open the screen door and then the main door, and then you walk on in to see this this holographic old lady just sipping tea. It says, "It's been a while. How can I help?"
I'm gonna take her hand. I'm gonna be like, I need you to turn on the subway system for me. Are you giving me any direction? Like, I don't know. To cut off the people who are following us, dear.
Get the train to come our way.
Get the train to come our way.
You gotta beat the train.
I'll
Make
just
it close.
have it snuggle you a bit, my dear. Right away. Just a light kiss, a peck. And you see this torrent of light flood from numerous different trains activating once more, and you hear the engines start to roar as they start to go down the tunnel and get closer as that very iconic just bead of light is getting closer and closer and closer. At this point, you guys are proceeding down, and Jay, you're timing it just as soon as you told Netra sort of like when to flip the switch, and you're hearing everything sort of like fall in place as the mutants are driving behind you, the trains coming closer and closer and closer to a point where it's actually kind of scary for probably everybody here. And Netra, you rolled, or sorry, not Netra, Astraea, you just rolled so damn high that I was gonna have you roll again, but you, with the speed that you got from your little loop-de-loop swirly doodle, you're pretty confident. You're like, oh, train's coming. Let's see, it'll be here in 3, 2. As the light just is like right next to you, and you guys just pass it barely, and
Light a cigarette off it.
Dang.
you
Cool
hear
guy.
like wah, and then you hear slam a bicycle, or not a bicycle, a tricycle, a little dinky tricycle, a dirt bike slam into the wall before you guys pass on through into a relatively safe corridor and just slide down. You imagine they just got utterly destroyed, and you continue to hear like splatter after splatter after splatter, like they're just going for it, trying to make it through. At this point, you've it's thanks to direction from Jay, expert driving from Astraea, you guys make it to the a higher tier, where the mutant scourge is definitely less present here. And let's see if there's there's not enough reason to change the song right now. And you are relatively close as well to the outskirts of the city, where you know your little sort of pack of trams, cars, whatever, are located. And you've successfully gotten the package and the awful depths of, or through the awful depths of the underground. Way to go. What do you guys want to do now?
We'll turn it in and get our vital something.
Vitalith.
Yeah, vital.
Okay. You guys pull the trailer up as well with the Zeus painted sedan in the medical revelry, and people start to like crowd around, like, you brought medical supplies!
Back up.
They did it!
It's not for
The
you.
Mortal Code are our heroes! And like kids, parents, like they start streaming out of their cars and going up and like clawing the sides, trying to open it themselves. And they're like, medical supplies, yes! Oh, Susie, it's your time now!
We're just the delivery boy. It's not for us to hand out.
It's not free? You didn't bring it here for us?
Nothing in this world is free.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna take Jay's lead, like hold my gun at my chest,
Whoa,
not pointing
whoa,
at,
whoa.
like back up, like not pointing it at anybody.
As you're half naked.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a mutant! Oh! Oh, it's them. Go ahead and give me a persuasion. What is it? It's cool plus persuasion. J at advantage with Winslow.
Do I also roll?
No, he's just doing it at advantage.
Cool and what?
Persuasion.
Yeah. It's a 13. Oh no, sorry, not even. That is a. Jeez, that's a 10.
I'm a lot cooler than you.
Yeah, they start pushing past you and say like, we don't have enough money for this. Even when you do deliver it, we need it now. And they just start trying to like undo the locks on the back and start like piling. Like some people are even using their kids.
I'm gonna fire in the air.
At that point,
Get the fuck back.
people start to scurry around as like one desperate old woman is just like clawing on your sweater as everybody's backed away, and she goes, "Please, the light is coming for me."
If we could, we would. But this is not part of our job. We have to deliver these.
It approaches ever closer.
It's a tough world out there.
Can I be like, next time I promise, and then I'm gonna pass them another piece of paper that says
God, you're
3.
so nice. I was I'm like waiting
3.
here, I'm like, bah! Back up.
It says 3 months free subscription to our stream.
As you hold it out to her,
It offers them entertainment.
give me a persuasion plus cool, or cool plus persuasion.
I mean, this worked really well the last time I handed it to a child. Cool. Yeah. 12.
As you hold out the piece of paper, she just looks at it, and she says, "Scribba hooba what?" And
I hold my gun to her face. A scribble hooba what?
and before as you're like walking over it and you're pulling out your gun, you see Gruff come up and like grab the piece of paper from Netra's hand, and he goes, "Oh, Netra, you're giving her 3 months? This is like gold down here." And he just sort of like takes the old lady and he's like, "I'll run you through how to activate this. It's a, oh, I can't even believe the light should fade for you any day now. Guys, you don't know where this came from, okay? They have a really important delivery to make, and they're thoughtfully implementing this across Beggar's reach, okay? It can't be everybody comes and gets what they need right now. It'd cause chaos." And like Gruff is just like old man Gibbers, just like, "Don't even worry, I'll come visit you later." Just this like small boy trying to pacify as many people as they can. Some people are just like, most of them already ran away from the 2 gunshots. But the people, the more desperate, is it
I'm like, man, thanks.
He like holds it. He tries not to react. He's just like
Thanks for doing business with you.
slyly slides it in his. Everybody just slides things in their in their open.
Everybody has an extra pocket.
I'm used to fantasy for Dungeons and Dragons where like nobody really has pockets, but they have like satchels and things.
It's just an infinity portal. Just like whoop.
Could I ask Gruff where Penta and Radcliffe are? Especially where Radcliffe is.
Radcliffe came and found us when we all came back. We celebrated, got crazy. We found some milk and just drank it gulp by gulp. That was a bad night for us, for our butts. But they're not too far away from here. They're at one of our own hideouts. I'll tell them you guys sent your regards, and you brought medical supplies. That's incredible.
Yeah, I'm still kind of tweaking out from the reflex. I'm just like, yeah.
Oh, you're on the grown-up stuff.
Don't do drugs. They're bad.
Gets the job done, though, it looks like.
Definitely does.
And if one of you wants to stay with this while the others talk to stay with the stuff while the other talks to RED-Vigor, or if you guys want to try and somehow pull it onto the stretch of Beggar's Reach, like how do you want to deliver it essentially?
Just drive it to
Drop off.
You guys are here. There's no, like, you guys are at your
Basically, how do you want to unload it?
your tram, and then there's like the 4-foot elevation onto the platform of the station.
Do you have a dog?
Beggar's Reach. Yeah, I'll go get everything we can. I'll go get help. And he goes to get a few actually like grown-ups and friends, just like workers, not resistance fighters or anything, but just like a part of the community. They bring out 1,000 times used like wobbly wheeled dollies and things, and some people just like straight up carry it as you all sort of like escort the packages to RED-Vigor.
You stealing?
Yeah, like Deadeye. Everybody give a crate too, like watching them, remember their face.
Well, because you guys have like the posse of the community carrying all these things right now, that you have some people that you just straight up have to deck in the face as they're like that crazy fuck. Oh, you didn't see him, but like Stims, and he just like crawls on all fours up, and you just kick him to the side. Same guy who wanted the Stims from Jay, but you weren't there.
okay.
But yeah, you guys just have a posse to sort of like reinforce the image that nobody should really fuck with this right now, and you successfully drop it off to RED-Vigor, and he goes,
Thanks. I didn't hear anything on the channels up above. Oh, stealth-like. I wasn't expecting that.
Not so below.
Yeah.
As above, not so below.
Yeah.
You guys took the underground?
We took the above ground under it.
The aforementioned underground.
I won't ask too many more questions about how. All that matters is that it's here now. Way to go. Job well done.
and you just hear 250 credits across everybody here.
Like each.
Huh? Yeah, each.
And discount treatment. I'll say 10% off just for you. It might go down if we do business again successfully later.
What is this for? 10% off where?
My treatment, of course.
But what's your business called exactly?
RED-Vigor is named after me.
All right, RED-Vigor. I'll go to RED-Vigor.
And it's for like more medical supplies, like skin grafts. You guys can purchase now at a discount if you need, like, if one of you guys gets an arm cut off or something like that, you should be able to go to RED-Vigor to be able to get it treated. And he turns around, looks through the packages, like opens up this like silver box, and sort of like has a hard time peeling off the top, sets it down, and you hear this like clink clink, and then he takes out this long sort of
Is that Vitalift? Is that
imagine a monolith, only small, like this obsidian black slate. And he holds it up and he says,
This is the Vitolith.
I don't know how else to just like be pretty much blunt with this. You in your conversation with Toa of the Remnants of Dust, when he came back and he congratulated you for your job that you did against the machine, he did something to the drone, like some piece of it unlocked. That drone should be able to fasten this inside of it, and it should be able to act as a healing support mechanism in the future. And he just says how like this is a high grade sort of standard form Vitalith that again just like that excels at weaving together organic and synthetic materials. So if your machine parts get destroyed or if your organic parts get destroyed, this should be able to heal you a certain, like it takes, in order to moderate this, it takes a certain amount of time to actually create the substances. So it's like, it'll be good for like 2 heals a day or something like that. I'll come up with that later. But yeah. Yeah, is there any last minute thing that you guys want to do? As he says,
I can't thank you enough. The Mortal Code. I hope that your name soars throughout these tunnels and above the streets and into the hearts and minds of those that need it, need hope these days.
And he takes out this injecting mechanism, and he goes, Pep,
the Mortal Code has come through today. You get to live another day longer. And he goes like, if I didn't give her these, she'd literally melt in my arms like tomorrow. So,
and he sort of like opens a flap, takes her back, and you hear this.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
If there are any extra medical supplies, could you hold them for us? Like, we have a few more jobs and may need some. If you keep us alive, we keep this place alive.
I still have to make a living, so I will hold some for you, but I cannot, and it can't be for free, sadly.
What's your price?
Price is 90 per skin graft.
Oh, that's very good.
Okay. Here, I'll give him my share. Here's 180.
He says,
hold this for now. The Vitalith should be able to take care of you.
Imagine the Vitalith just does the same thing that the skin grafts does, only it's like, It's finite per day. Yeah. So like it could get to work right now, and then tomorrow would be able to like pretty much fully heal you guys.
It's quite the luxury around here. Thank you.
I wouldn't let others know outside of your trusted circle that you have this.
Appreciate the info. We'll keep it to ourselves.
Okay. Any last minute things? Any agendas for the coming day?
Just keeping up with the traps that are at the both Metal Burden and the cart, maintaining them.
We'll have to go into what the traps for Metal Burden are, but that would be the security system more so. Like whatever you want to incorporate into that security system, we can. It'll of course take resources, but we can talk.
Okay.
I'm just attaching this Vitalith to the drone.
Okay. It's sort of like these small, thin metal strands, solid strands, sort of like come out and spread, almost like a metal sphincter, and you just slot it in, and they all sort of like tighten around it and suck it inside, and like the colors change of the into green, sort of like green
technology?
highlights from. You know, maybe it was subconsciously inspired by that. Definitely, now that I think about it, definitely some Combine stuff right there. Yeah, and so it sucks inside, and like the different green, the lights turn green, and it starts to sort of represent more of a healing kind of service now, if you know what I mean. And it says, "Hello, my name is Vitalith. What's your poison? I've got an antidote. Except I don't. I don't deal with poisons. I deal with skin and metal. And sometimes plastic. Oh, and carbon fiber. Now it's all coming back. And rubber and Sintra and Warbler." And he just starts listing as the credits start to roll.
I want to hear more.
No.
Would you like to know more?
And
No,
Beagle Boppin'
no.
and Sibi Tabio Dodo.
Do you do
And
spit? You mesh spit.
thanks for watching, Assassins. Find out what more materials he can fabricate next time.
And mesh.
Thank you for watching thus far. Thank you for joining us, everybody. For those of you on YouTube and Facebook and everything, everywhere you're consuming this, we appreciate your patronage. These release on Facebook, stream every Thursday at 7 p.m. We might be investigating a new time potentially, and on YouTube on Team Sasa at 6 p.m. the following Wednesday is when these release as premieres. We also have the incredible Loser Club with us. They are gracing us with their presence. They stream every day of the week on Twitch under the Loser Club from 4 to 9 p.m. Except for today. Today,
Pacific.
They're ours. Pacific, yes. Time. Today, they are ours. And sometimes Max and I will play with them, and they'll actually play with members of the community sometimes as well. So if you want to have a loser old time, you just hop on over. I just realized I'm looking at like myself on the screen rather than the camera. So anyway.
You're pretty close, it's fine.
Yeah. As always, until fate next brings us together, and never stop playing role-playing games.
Perfect.
Wow, that was like the most in sync we've ever been.
Now you ruined it. No, I'm sorry.
You ruined that.
G'day.
Jinx.
What other substances can that droid do?
Press the button.
I'm about
Oh wait, it's
to-
not done yet.
Still says live. Yeah, we're still live. We're still live.
Bye.